So good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the session and giving me the opportunity to take this interesting webinar. Okay. So the topic is learning relative performance and identifying multipliers and doing sectoral analysis. Okay. So a little bit about us. I'm basically founder of Profit Tantra Financial Services. And this is our team, Mr. Darshanatha. He's a head financial advisory portfolio management. He's a CFP and a chartered wealth manager. I'm basically head corporate advisory and tax planning, basically a chartered accountant and research analyst, and many various other certifications. I have Pooja with us in our board. She takes care of SME loans and working capital. And we have Mr. Mihir. He takes care of audit and tax and audit. Both of them are chartered accountants. So we do tax planning, financial planning, estate planning, will writing, equities, investments, loans, and insurance. Okay. So disclaimer, we are not SEBI registered research analyst. So stock recommended in this session is not a recommendation to buy or sell and is used only for educational purpose. Okay. So before we start, just to have an idea of the group, I'll do one poll. Okay. I request all of you to initiate to take participate in the poll. Okay. I'll launch the first poll. Please participate. You can see the poll in your screens. I request all of you to participate. So I'm getting the response. I request all of you to participate. It really helped me to understand the group. Accordingly, I'll try to keep some additional inputs. Okay, another few more seconds. Very good. So I'll share the results. And I'm happy that most of you understand that both are important. Very good. Okay, and if you have told fundamentals is more important, computer technical, so that is also very true. So when you have the advantage of both, you can do wonders actually. I'll launch my second poll. Please participate. So can you create wealth if you know only technical answers? Very interesting. Yes, very good. Yes, another few seconds and then I'll close the poll. Great. So I'll share the results. So very interesting. 29% people say, yes, you can create with technical analysis, and some say no. So answer is yes or no, depending on what you follow. So if you're following only technical analysis, money management and your risk reward is very, very important. You cannot ignore at all. In fundamental also you can't ignore, but then technical you purely go by risk reward and money management. Okay. So yes, this is also to both are true, but yes, if you know both, that will give you an advantage. Okay. So with this, I'll just start the session. So please note, there is no TA is not a substitute for fundamental analysis. Okay. Technical analysis is used for confirmation. On technical, you can write the, you can't write the full rally. Okay. Why? I'll give you some examples also. So for example, if you see this Elliott wave, okay. Elliott wave is by Ralph Nelson. He himself was a very big fundamental analyst basically. So you can see in 1924, what he has written is wrote that 4 major causes of business failure are too much debt, insufficient capital, inexperience of the business, owner, and inadequate records. Okay. So he Elliott wave, when many people know Elliott wave. Okay. So he himself was an advocate of fundamental analysis. Okay, though he used to do technical analysis. So always use technical as a add-on. Okay, because if you don't know the business, it is very difficult to write the rally. Now how? So you can, just to give you an example, we did one webinar on city gas distribution sector analysis. You can go to the our YouTube channel Profit Tantra, and how we identify Adani gas, and we wrote, I recommended on 4th of September in our Telegram channel at 198 rupees, and we booked at around 1200 rupees. Both the details you can see on our Telegram channel, what we recommended. And we were able to write the rally because we knew the fundamentals. Okay, if you don't know the fundamentals, maybe you'll book at 100%, 200% or 300% return. But that full 500% to write the rally, it is very difficult if you don't know. Okay, so very important that you understand the technicals, fundamentals also. Okay. So whenever you're free, you can refer that webinar on sectoral analysis in our channel. Okay, so you'll understand how technical and fundamental can help you. Okay, now why? So knowledge, conviction, and patience. So anything, even if you are doing technical, you should have knowledge, you should have conviction, and you should have patience, because then only you will be able to write the rally. Okay, so all these three things are important, because you cannot write the trend without knowledge, conviction, and patience. Okay. So once you have identified the multi-bagger, if you don't know, you don't have the conviction, you will not be able to hold. Okay. So very important that you should have all these three components in your analysis. Then most important is your behavior. Your behavior. So you have done your analysis, you identified the stock, you enter into the stock, and then you don't hold. Or if it goes down, you don't have the conviction, you don't average at lower levels. Okay. You don't have, if you know it is going against you and you don't get out, again, it will be difficult for you to get out, correct? So your behavior will decide 99% of your returns. Now, why this session on relative performance? So these are three books which I'll recommend all of you. This because some of the world's best traders interviewed by Mr. Jack D. Swagger, and 90% of them, they talk about relative performance. Okay, they want to see the strength in that particular stock which they're buying. So I have read all these books at least 10 to 15 times, all three books, and you will see how I'm using this. I'll give you some real examples, so you'll understand. And I have posted live most of the trades. I have posted live. Whatever I posted live in my Telegram channel, that only I'll share with you. So you'll have idea like why I'm so confident in this relative performance. Okay. And I want to thank Mr. Dheeraj Mohinder I have got so many ideas about technical analysis of Viratech, Mr. Richard Koz of Simple Stock Trading, and Tom Basso of Enjoy the Ride. All these three people are very famous in their respective fields, and I really respect them. I got a lot of inputs from them. So I'll definitely recommend you, if whenever you get chance, go to attend their webinars or visit their website. You'll get a lot of inputs from them. Okay. So now how to start? Okay. So I'll share my software also, all these indices and all, so that you get the practical idea how I'm using this. So first, whenever I start with top-down approach. That is, I'll start with world MSCI in sector. Okay. And then I will go to world markets and then Indian sector index, just to have an idea. Okay. So I'll just show you how I do this. So this is MSCI index. So you can see this relative performance. Best performer is MSCI domestic US information technology. Okay, then large cap, then mid cap, health, and all these are performing. Okay, I'll show you in my software also. World MSCI, you can see. Anyone has doubt, please ask me. Okay, so you can see here MSCI information technology is on the top, and then best performer is large cap and all. So you have a general idea that information technology sector is doing very good. Okay, and you can see before Corona also, from April you can see on top, information technology is already doing good. Correct. And after Corona, this was the first sector to break out from its previous high. That means money is flowing. All capital is flowing into this sector in huge amount. Correct. So your focus immediately should go into information technology. Then you go to world. Basically, world you can see in the below section. I have listed all the world indices just to get an idea. Okay, which country is doing good and bad, like that. And then I come to sectoral, to India, which sectors are doing good. And you can see clearly IT is outperforming. Correct. So then what you do, you go to IT, you list all the IT stocks and you see in IT which is outperforming, correct? So here you can see IT is the best performer, then Nifty 50, then pharma and FMCG. So what we do is we stick to top two. Okay, so here at this region, you can see here also IT has broken its previous high before Corona, and then second sector which broke was pharma, correct? So these two should be your focus area. What you should avoid is down, auto and PSU you should avoid. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay, so these two sectors you should avoid, and you should try to look at opportunities in IT and pharma. So what I have done next is IT. So now in IT, which is outperforming? So you can see Mindtree is clearly outperforming, correct? So then what I did, you try to see the opportunities in Mindtree and L&T. Okay, and maybe KPIT was demerged, so you can see then KPIT is also. So KPIT generally I hold in my portfolio stock, and Mindtree I use for generally options and hedging like that. Okay, so hope this gives you an idea how to enter. Then you can see pharma. So pharma you can see clearly Laurus Lab is outperforming clearly, and then Divis Lab. So Laurus Lab is my portfolio stock. Divis Lab I use generally for Divis also you can use for portfolio, but I generally use it for as hedging and option trading like that. Okay, like that. So I'll share now. So you can see here.
So Neeraj, I have one question.
Yeah.
So IT and pharma is now outperforming, but is there any further movement in that? I mean, how do we know that it will perform well in the future?
So what will happen? No, that if you see the history, okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll do here, if I take this, if I take this index, relative index, and I just increase the time frame. So generally, if you see, it was from 2017, correct? Before on 2017, this was outperforming. What is this? Real estate, correct? You can see here, real estate was outperforming. You can see here 70% is real estate, correct? And real estate's come down, and then you can see IT is coming out. IT is outperforming, and from October 2018, IT is continuously outperforming. You can see that, correct? So long-term trends, once it starts, it will keep outperforming. Now, when in 2020 July, if someone would have thought, okay, this is outperforming, it continues outperforming, correct? And you see the outperformance is almost more than 100%, 91% and 232%, correct? There's a huge gap between the two. If I see this gap is almost 100 and 232, correct? From this, the 100 is the base, 132% outperformance, correct? Huge outperformance. And it will continue to outperform. If it doesn't outperform, then you'll come to know. For example, one example I'll give. For example, if I take increase zoom, now you can see PSU was outperforming here, correct? At this level, here PSU was outperforming, and then suddenly it is coming down. Small cap is outperforming here. Now small cap has coming down, but IT started moving up again from this level. You can see this IT coming from here, purple color, correct? So larger time frame and smaller time frame, when you see IT keeps outperforming. So what you try to do is, where the consistency is there, you try to stick to that. Now, if small cap is performing, maybe you can list a group of small cap stocks, and you can see which is outperforming most in small cap. So you want to try to be on top, first or one or two, not below that. If PSU bank is underperforming, you want to be the which is least, means which is most underperforming. Now, for example, if you see bank now, or auto is underperforming, correct? You can see auto is underperforming.
So from outperforming sector, we'll pick only top two.
You should pick top two, because what will happen is we want to be the strongest and you want to be with the weakest to short or to stay away, correct? Now, if I take auto, I'll just click auto. You see auto, which is the least performing. Mahindra and Mahindra, correct? You don't want to hold in your portfolio stock Mahindra and Mahindra, correct? sorry, Mahindra financials I have added. I'll just change this. Sorry. Mahindra. MAHM. So you can see Mahindra and Mahindra is underperforming. And most below that is Maruti. Maruti is the least most underperforming stock, correct? You don't want to hold Maruti in your portfolio at this point of time because you will not get any returns, correct? TVS Motor, you don't want to hold TVS Motor, correct? Better will be Bajaj Auto, like that. If you want to be an auto, for my case, I will not hold auto only because it is underperforming. It is the least performing in the sector. You can see here, lowest performing auto stock, auto and bank, Nifty bank. So I will try to stay away from auto, bank, PSU banks and all like that. I don't want these stocks to be in my portfolio. Now, if I see the chart also, say Maruti, see where it is. Before Corona only, it was underperforming. Then it slowly broke out of this Corona, before Corona period. And now it is below that also. That means there is something is happening in this sector, which we don't know. If you don't know fundamental, as a technical, if you're only analyzing, how you should think is, there's something happening is which they are not able to recover, correct? They're not able to break that before Corona period also. So you stay away unless it breaks this portion and stays there continuously. You should not enter Maruti, correct? And if you want to be in auto only, then see which is the most best performing stock in auto. So best performing is Tata Motors. So you should try to see opportunities in Tata Motors basically. So, but I'll not recommend like that in portfolio. Just to see the opportunity also, it will be sometimes waste of time if you don't know the fundamentals like that.
Yeah, these are all rate sensitive sectors.
Yeah. So what is the whole idea of this session is try to understand where you find opportunities and you enter. So for example, IT.
1 minute. You have recommended RSCL Gear Tech.
Yes, yes.
Any comments on that? Why was that specific?
So that is not, that is into auto component, the auto ancillary, not auto directly. Auto ancillary plus point is what happens is, irrespective whatever is there, they need components and all, correct? And that particular company is growing. That is growing at, they will double their turnover by 2025. So growth is there, correct? Growth is there, correct? And they have they have the highest margin, correct? They have the highest margin in auto ancillary. Right.
Sir, one thing, you have created this all the sectoral chart. Can we create this one in TradingView? Is it possible?
Yes. Trading we can create. Yes, definitely. It's very easy to create that. If you want, like after the session, maybe we can connect or I can share the video. So you can just YouTube sectoral relative performance chart TradingView. You'll get so many videos in YouTube like that.
Neeraj, one question.
Yes, sir.
Do you use like this lab or Mindtree to hedge your portfolio stocks?
Your voice is breaking.
Am I audible now?
Tell me.
Do you use this lab or Mindtree to hedge your portfolio stock? Is it still breaking?
Yes. Portfolio stock?
You use this lab or Mindtree to hedge your portfolio stock.
Okay.
Divis Lab or Mindtree to hedge your portfolio stock. The hedging part you said.
Hedging means what you can do is, for example, say, I'll just show an example. So for example, say Mindtree, okay. So what happens is, here it is making a base, correct? Slowly it comes down. There's a gap up. So what you can do, you can buy and you can sell at higher level. Keep selling at higher level if you're holding in cash, correct? So higher level, when you keep selling, you can make some money there, correct? Best performing is Mindtree. And then KPIT. So what I do is KPIT, I'll hold in cash. Mindtree I can use for hedging also, or you can just hold in cash because it's the best performing, like that.
Got it.
Like that. Means I'm just giving you the ideas, like how different ways you can use it, like that. Okay, like that. So that is how you can use. So here what I have done is Nifty IT. So Mindtree and KPIT you can use, or LNT. If you are, if you have some data, you can go for LNT also. And in pharma, it is Laurus Labs. Okay. Laurus Lab and Divis Laboratories. So Laurus Lab I hold in my portfolio. Divis Laboratory you can use for hedging or option, or you can buy in cash also, no problem. But try to stick to strongest. that is top 2. Don't go below that, then otherwise it will create confusion for you, correct? You will not get the confidence. Okay. So now when to enter. So this is very beautiful part, because see, we can tell this is outperforming, this is undergoing and all. But very important is entry. Entry is as important as identifying the stock also, correct? So once you identified the stock, you will always be confused when to enter, correct? So what you should do is, you should always wait for new high and outperformance against the index. So always try to see which stocks are outperforming the index, and in that process, which stocks are making new highs. Okay. So here, if I have taken one example, and I'll show you how on this particular day I got 2 stocks, and then it has outperformed very beautifully. So on 24th of September, Nifty, there was a before September there is a huge gap, and this down movement. There is a down movement. Then again the slide movement, and then again it started going down, Nifty. And on 24th of September, it was down to 2-3% with a gap down, huge gap down, correct? Now in this day, what happened is, see, I recommended on same 20, I recommended Mindtree. So on 24th of September, you can see what has happened is 1 to only small gap, small down movement in Mindtree. On that day, it came on my radar. Okay. And next 4 days, the moment it made a new high, I recommended on my Telegram channel on 30th of September, Mindtree. Okay. And I have posted also at what price we bought the option, 31 rupees. Okay. And then we sold at next few days. You can see the rally, huge rally. Exactly morning around say 11:40, we booked at the highest level, and we made return some 87,000 rupees profit in option trading. This has posted live in my Telegram channel. So be assured that simply I'm not just telling that I'm using these methods, but this method only I have how I identified, I'm telling, and I have posted live in Telegram channel. Okay. So all those who is following me from so many last year, they know I have posted this live like that. And you can see then 11:40 we booked exactly at the top, and then it came down. So luckily we're able to book the profit at the top level. Again, it kept on outperforming, and then sideways, and still you can see now current chart, Mindtree, continuous outperformance, correct? Like that. So when I recommended, when it made a new high on the 4th day. So 4th day, new high. And if you see, Nifty has not even came to its previous high. In fact, some hardly little bit up, and Mindtree made a new high. That means it is showing the strength in the stock, correct? It's very important slide. If you're able to understand, if you have any doubt, please ask. So Nifty is not moving only little bit up, but Mindtree is able to make new high. Means the money, huge money is flowing into this stock, correct? So we want to be with the strongest, correct? So that is how we identified this stock. So someone, if you who would have interested, he can buy in cash. We use it to buy options like that. Okay. So this is Mindtree. And then very interesting, on that same particular date was Apollo Hospital. This is on the same day, 24th of September, when market was down 3%. Everywhere there was a panic. Morning we recommended 922, because already you can see Apollo Hospital. If you see the chart, a very interesting chart. Apollo Hospital. On 24th of September, this day. So when you compare with Nifty, already it has made all-time high. If you see Nifty was already making new lows, correct? It was going not new lows, it was coming down basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4 days it was down continuously. But whereas if you observe Apollo Hospital, it made an all-time high. When Nifty was going down, Apollo was making new high, and it came in my radar. After 3 days, when Nifty is almost down, gap down, it didn't open gap down, Apollo Hospital. It is maintaining that level. And the moment I saw the strength, I recommended in my Telegram channel in morning only 920 for 2,000 rupees target. And same day only I achieved that. It was up 7%, same day only. And it continued the rally. So we bought in cash also, we bought in options also. Correct? You can see. And see, after that, the huge rally came Apollo Hospital. Top gainer, it was a top gainer on 24th of September when market was going against it. And I was able to recommend in morning only 920. I was able to see that just because of relative outperformance like that. And we bought in cash also, and still we are holding in our cash portfolio, Apollo Hospital. So see the rally now. Apollo Hospitals continuous outperformance. 4,007, almost more than doubled. Like that. And some real trades also. All these then continuously we traded in options and we made some 41,000 rupees. Most of them is given in Telegram channel also. All these strategies we have posted live. All these trades like that. When we have sold, that also we have posted. When we have bought, that also we have posted like that. Okay. So anyone has doubt in this? Okay. So now Laurus Lab. Next is pharma. So pharma Laurus Lab we bought. We recommended on December 18. Same way. The day it made new high, you can see here, I recommended same day, December 18th. Laurus Lab. And now still we are holding Laurus Lab. And this is one of my biggest holding in my portfolio. So against market, and the moment, unless it makes a new high, don't enter. The day it makes new high, you should be very alert. Okay. And same day we have posted also in our Facebook post. Laurus Lab. Then second stock is DV Slab. So some few examples like these are real trades how we have posted for DV Slab. These I have not posted. This is a recent example how I'm using for hedging. So hedging we made some 30 cash we bought, options we sold, we made some 30,000 like that. Now stick to bottom two. So if you want to sell, stick to bottom two. Or you want to avoid, you should completely avoid. Okay. So this divergence is clear indication of staying away from auto and two-wheeler stock. So where is the divergence? I'll show you. See the divergence. Nifty is going up and auto index is going down. Clearly you can see red color. Auto index is going down. Nifty is going up at this level. This is clear indication you should stay away from auto. Like that. Anyone has doubt in this? Auto index is going up. Nifty is going up. Nifty is going up. Auto is going down. This is relative performance chart, not price chart. Okay. In percentage terms, basically. So this gives you more picture because it all is based at zero. Correct. When you see price, you are not able to compare. Here you can compare actually like that. Okay. So completely stay away like that, or use it for buying puts or basically selling options at higher level with a risk reward ratio and all other calculations. But I'm just giving an idea where you should focus actually. So how technical analysis can help you to focus which sector to do fundamental analysis, which stocks to do fundamental analysis. It will help you like that. So what are the key points to keep in mind is new high and outperformance against the index, or above previous high and outperformance against the index. So whenever there is a it is breaking a previous high or it is making a new high, and plus there should be outperformance against the index. Okay. And leaders will keep outperforming. So many people have doubt, like in our group also, we had doubt like whether Mindtree is already up. Now it may not underperform, but it may keep outperforming unless there is a signs of weakness. Don't come to a conclusion that it underperform like that. So it give it some time in daily and weekly charts and see how it is happening, and then take a call like that. Okay. Look for breakout from the base. Try to catch the first breakout. Yes, this is very important. You try to see the first breakout. Okay. After it has made already breakouts and then you try to enter at a very high level, then it may be little risky, correct? So try to see for first breakouts. When you scan, try to catch for the first breakout. Okay. And if you are going for a subsequent breakout, should be with strength against the index. So when subsequent breakout is happening, index is going down, but your stock is going up. That is what you saw in Mindtree, correct? When even though it had already made a new high, but index was going down, but Mindtree made a new high after 4 or 5 days. That gives you confidence. Okay, that rally may continue again like that. That fresh money, fresh capital is entering into the stock, correct? Okay. Now some interesting points I'll share with you. How to this is very basic, but sometimes people don't understand how to see the charts basically. So this input I got from Mr. Richard Koza. Okay. He's basically in Czech Republic. He was a portfolio manager of one of the large funds. If you go to his website, and maybe you can refer some of his books. So they're in the website. You have to purchase it, but very beautiful book. 3-4 books are there. So from there, I got this very beautiful idea that if something which is outperforming in weekly chart, it has to be on the top right side. Top right side of the price should be on the top right side. Okay, it should not be in the middle or it should not be in the down. Okay, so whenever you want to know the strength, how stock is doing, convert into weekly chart and see on the top right. It has to be on the top right. Okay, it should not be on the middle. So you can understand there is a strength. it should not, if you want to buy this setup on a weekly chart, stay away from such kind of stocks unless you have a fundamental input. I will recommend you to stay away. You can see clearly it is outperforming. It is on the top right bottom, correct? So if you understand this basic concept, how to see the chart, and keep your charts clean, don't put too much indicators. I generally use volume and price. That is enough, because all other are derivatives of price and volume. Very rarely I'll use MACD just to understand the subsequent strength is there or not. But for these two is enough for me. Price and volume, okay, and moving average, like that. Simple moving averages I have put. So with these two only, don't try to go to different kinds of indicators and all. Then you may get confused. So if you understand to see the price and volume, that is enough for you, okay. And keep your charts clean. Don't keep it too much, too many indicators and all, like that. Okay, now I'll share some interesting insights, which will also is a kind of a relative performance. We are measuring in a different angle. Okay, so when bad news is equals to good news. So bad results. Okay, when there is a bad result, you can ping in chat. You can share your views in chat column. If there is a bad result, what will happen to the stock? Okay, share your thoughts in chat. If there is a bad result comes, what happens to the stock? It goes up, it goes down. Very good. Feel free to share your thoughts. Okay. What do you think when result will come bad? What will happen to the stock? Yes, very good. So everyone knows that if the result is bad, stock will go down, correct? Now, information is flowing so fast. Okay, information is flowing so fast that what will happen is, if the person who knows that there are so many people, so many people who might, because of their influence, they may be knowing the result well in advance. Okay, sometimes the moment will be well in advance, but mostly a major moment you may see after the results are out. So after the results, bad results, stock is down. Okay, and your stock doesn't go down and the stock moves up. See, so I'll give you one example, because we have recommended this stock and we are still holding this stock. It's one of our high conviction stock, Apollo Pipes. So you can see this on the June quarter result, sales have come down from 174 crores to 137 crores. EPS earnings have almost half. Every investor knows sales will be down due to effect of COVID-19 lockdown. Everyone knows that before the result only, that there was a lockdown and sales would have been impacted and earnings will come down. And here it is down by almost 50%. From 12.69, EPS has come down to 6.67. What happened? See, this is their board meeting held on 26th of July. 26th July result came. Meeting was concluded on 3:15, and after the market hours, results were published. What happened to the stock? Before the results were out on 27th of July, 23rd, it has made already upper circuit 20%. And see the volume. We have recommended this stock around 800 or 900. I don't. 1 second, I'll see. We recommend this. I don't.
859, sir.
859 we recommend this. So recommend this stock at 859. So, and you can see the rally. And when it went down from 859, it was some few days it went little bit down also. And we added the position also at lower levels. And you can see before the result, it is upper circuit 20%. That means even the person who knows results will be bad, he's tried to build up the position, correct? And after the result has come, still it is holding. That means it is a kind of outperformance, correct? Again, bad news. So when you have a conviction in particular stock in terms of fundamental analysis, okay, and you know the results may come bad, but the stock is holding or it moves up against that, then that gives you an extra confidence that yes, this is the kind of stock you want to continue to hold, correct? Like that. And then you can see continuously, then gap up after 3 days, again gap up huge, and then it is again all-time high. And you can see now it is almost 70-80% return we are getting in this stock, like that. Okay. So whenever there is a bad news, It can be a good news also, but this is how you should think in these terms. Okay. So this I told you. Then there is one more stock, Deepak Nitrite, we recommended on 25th of June. Same bad news. Results were not good. And we continue to hold because results were though not good, but price movement was very encouraging and some expansion was going on. So this is an example. We recommended around, I think, we recommended at for around 500 rupees, 499 we recommended. And then after recommendation, you can see there is a gap down at around 654 level. After the results came, there was a gap down. And after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, it filled the gap. And then in my own portfolio, I started adding more because yes, expansion is going on because of lockdown. This is a temporary phase, but when it closes above that gap of result gap, and you can see the huge rally after that. Okay. And now stock is up almost 300%. Around 2000 it has crossed. So this is how you should use. If you know the fundamentals and you see these price movements, this is how you should analyze. Okay. This is a kind of outperformance, correct, against the bad news. So normally it should be 300% return, and you can see I've kept on averaging till 800 rupees. I kept on averaging. So my average price is 671. This is a screenshot from my portfolio holding this one. So my return is only 217%. So it should be 300, but because I kept on averaging after that, even though there was a bad news, but I kept on averaging till 800 rupees. I averaged like that. Okay. So all I'm talking about is real trades. Okay. I'm not telling anything in theory. Then few more examples. All these I have posted in my Telegram channel live, like Apollo Tires. Bad before the result, 3 days before, there was a huge rally in August. On the result day, it came down and made a does the moving average went up. It didn't break the low of that huge up move, and then we recommended options. And you can see this was posted live in Telegram channel. We made some 28,000 rupees profit in options. Same was with Adani Enterprise. You can see the channel. We made some another 30,000 rupees in Adani Enterprise. Before the result was bad, but stock was holding. So you bought calls like that. All this is posted in Telegram. Okay. Live. So now, so this is all about. Any doubt you can ask me. Any doubt in this news part? So this I'm talking about the portfolio stocks, and if you want to trade, you see how it is reacting after the bad news. So that will show you the strength. Okay. And then you take a call. Okay. Now, next step. Now construct a portfolio related. Now what you do is, now this is one part. Now what you do is, next part is all your portfolio, whatever stocks you are holding, make a separate list of put into one list and check their relative outperformance. Okay. So identify outperforming stocks to add on. So which is outperforming, add there. Don't add on the stocks which are underperforming in that, but in the group, those group of stocks which you are holding in your portfolio. Okay. So how to do that? So for example, these are the few stocks which I'm holding. Okay. And you can see Laurus is the highest outperform. So if I want to add, and if it is a near base giving good results, if you feel there is an expansion, you want to add to Laurus Lab, correct? You don't want to add to Ultratech. Ultratech, you don't want to add more, correct? Because it's the least are performing in your output portfolio, correct? You don't want to add to EID. You don't want to add too much into Apollo Hospital, correct? Like that. So if you want to divide. This should be the order. Maybe Deepak Nitrite, Apollo Track, CDSL, Apollo Pipes, KPIT, like that. But I'll be more comfortable in adding Laurus Lab, and based on fundamental and all, maybe Apollo Track or KPIT, like that. Okay.
One question.
Yeah.
Sorry. One question regarding that EID price.
Yes.
So no, result is good. News is in favor.
Yes.
But why it is not moving? Someday it
That's what. No.
To,
So
let's say 20-25 rupees, and then very next day it come down to 5-10.
Yeah. So
what sure why it is? Yeah.
So it's all not. What happens? So anything to move up. So for example, we had Suven Pharma, or one stock was there. What happens is, once we identify, it may be possible that it may not move up for 6 months, 1 year also. Okay. For stock to move up, there should be someone who finds the value, who has money to take that up, correct? So for example, someone, I find value, I have only 10 lakh, 15 lakh rupees to buy that particular stock. If I buy that stock for 10, 15 lakhs, it will not move up. But there is an investor who finds value and he has 100, 200 crores and he starts pumping, definitely stock will go up, correct? So the value has to be found by someone who sees value and who has money also, correct? Then only stock will move up. So now maybe identyfy, they are not fresh capital, not coming. Maybe they are not, people are not thinking that it will do very good. But based on fundamentals and all, you are right that good results are good, and we feel that slowly people will realize and they will take the stock up. So that is why sometimes when you read maybe some big investors, what they do is they also see for institutional holding in those stocks. Okay, for EAD, best part is they're also trimming their holding in Coromandel, but they have and they're trying to de-risk also, correct, their debt levels. So yes, maybe another
reduce the date also.
Yes. So maybe next 3-4 quarters again they reduce more. That is when people want to see like 100%. They don't want to take chance, or maybe they want to be 100% sure before entering. So like that. But
so,
the point is
one more question.
Yeah.
So one more question. So when we should average our price? Let's say your buying price is 400. So when it comes down to 300 that time, or when
so
it's
that's what I'm
up.
telling. No, now because it is underperforming, I don't want to add more unless I have very high conviction that, like for example, Apollo Pipe, I had very high conviction. Okay, so we added some more also, correct? You also know, correct? I told you add Apollo Pipes. We only picked, correct?
Yes,
so I told you add Apollo Pipes. Even it was underperforming, I told you to add Apollo Pipes, correct? But EAD Perry, I don't have that kind of conviction, unless, or maybe I don't have that kind of information where I say, okay, you add, correct? And in chart also, it is not showing. Now Apollo Pipes, it is showing in charts also, and it is going through your conviction also, correct? So that was a good decision, correct? Like that.
So even KPIT also we can add, right? So IT is
so KPIT, that's what
it was. KPIT is also
KPIT around 300. It was a good, correct? Recently it came to 300, 310. So
yes,
now what will happen? No, one more thing we should keep in mind: the higher it goes, okay, from that level to make return, again your time frame will keep on increasing, correct? So earlier, if you thought 1 or 2 years, if you thought it will double, and then you're buying at a higher price and you're averaging, again your time frame should increase, correct? Because every time your cost will go up, correct? Like that.
Correct.
So then time frame, yes. So then time frame should not come down. So that you should keep in mind, like that. So you have a very long, like KPIT have a very long time frame. So I'm holding like that. Yes. Anyone has any other doubt?
Yeah, Neeraj Prakha, this side. Similar to Laurus Labs, I mean, what are your views on Lakshmi Organic? Like you recommended recently, like would it be it is also part of pharma sector also, right? Like it caters to various.
So it is already almost now 80-90% up now. So now we cannot add no more.
Okay.
Already up. No, it would have been 20-30% up. We can add, correct? Now almost 90% to 100% up. You should not add, no, because next expansion now margins has increased in that. Expansion will be by 2024-25. It's a long period of time. So I'll not recommend to add more now, like that.
So in that sector, then Laurus Labs would be still a better fit to keep on adding.
So now, that's what. So now your time frame should be very high. Should be at least 4 years now. Laurus Lab, if you want to add this level, like that.
Oh.
Not less than that. Okay. No. Because next 3-4 years will be very good. So yes, that should be the time frame. If your time frame is 1 year, it may just continue at this level only, correct? Like that.
Okay, and one more follow-up question, just for time frame, what should the time frame outlook for RSCL Gear Tech?
Same, all 7 to 8 years. We recommend only stocks investment should be 7 to 8 years. Anything less than that will be very difficult actually to predict. So now 2025, they are telling they will double the revenues, correct? So that is the first this one time frame, correct? 2025, and then we have to see how they are doing. Are they coming up with some new products? Are they announcing some more expansions, like that? Then we'll have some idea whether we should continue to hold or what we should do, like that.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
And how do you sell with basis on this relative performance?
No, relative performance means what happens is, see, selling purely based on relative performance. Here, what I'm telling is try to avoid those stocks, correct? Selling should be based on fundamentals, correct? Or if you're trying to buy puts in options, or there is a stock which is completely underperforming. So for example, you have 10 stocks, but one stock is not doing anything from last 1 year, 2 year, in spite of some good results or good results and all. So you think, okay, there is something which you don't know, correct? And you try to take out that stock particular stock. Like recently we exited ADF Foods, like that, from our portfolio. ADF Foods not doing. It went up 20-30% after recommendation and then came down. So maybe there is something which I don't know and underperforming. So I exited ADF Foods like that.
So what's your take on Tata Motors? Because it seems that yes, they are increasing.
So Tata Motors, we have very small portfolio. We have only 2% of our portfolio. So we're just holding, no problem. Okay. Electric is the future. So that very 5-6%, then we start thinking 2%, which you can just hold on. So electric, we feel against Maruti, Mahindra and Tata, I think they have an edge. So they should perform like that whenever it starts performing. But we have not taken huge position, only 2%. That's it. Right.
So one question this regarding your in this chart, I can see CPSL is there and it has come down a bit in the chart which you have shown. Now, at this juncture, you will still hold on, or I just want
we will hold because our cost is very less. So we'll hold on. Because now what happens? See, CDSL, Apollo Hospital, all these are portfolio stocks, correct? This is as and when economy grows, these stocks will keep performing, correct? So if you have bought at a lower level, you don't want to sell those stocks, correct? Unless you get a very high conviction new stock, correct? Right. Because once it doubles or triples, then hardly 20-25% return will double your base capital, correct?
So can we enter now for Apollo Pipes?
If your time frame is another, say 4 to 5 years, you can enter, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, hello.
Yes. Just go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Govind.
Yeah.
Sir, Aster DM Healthcare, what about features actually?
Which one?
No, Aster DM Healthcare. Now, actually, I have seen one article, hospitals in demand in future also.
Okay.
Like Apollo Hospital. So, it will become Apollo Hospital, Aster DM Healthcare.
So what you have to do now, again, map all Aster DMI, Apollo Hospital in chat. See which is most outperforming, best performing. And if it is near the base or making a base or near reasonable valuation, you enter the stock like that.
Yeah.
But don't see, like for example, I'll take one example. Okay, so let's take a live example now. Since you have taken that, okay, let's take one live example. So say for example, you are telling, I'll remove all these PSU banks. Aster DMI you're telling, correct?
Yeah.
So I'll take ATTR ATRD.NS. ATRD ATRD.NS. Then Apollo Hospital. APLH. .NS. Then Fortis. So Fortis we are holding from almost 3-4 years. Still are holding, but we got a very low level. FOHNE. So these are the basically top 3 hospitals, correct? Anyone who wants me to add any other hospital, you can tell me, I'll add now.
Fortis and actually, okay, sir. Actually, now it is started a KMC hospital also, Kaveri Hospital.
Kaveri.
Yes, KMC.
KMC.
Yeah.
KMC specialty, KMCS. Okay.
Yeah.
And Narayan Hiratalu.
Yeah. Please add WOCAD as well.
Okay, one second. KMCS.BO. Okay. BO. WOCAD actually is not a hospital. It will become a pharma company. So I'll not recommend you to add WOCAD.
Narayan Hiratalu.
Narayan we can add. It's a hospital. Because WOCAD will give you a wrong picture actually if you add.
There is one more hospital, I think, right? Krishna Institute of Medical College, something like that. Recently listed.
Krishna Capital, Krishna. KIMS you are telling?
It's a KRSAAN diagnostics, I think.
Diagnostic, that will become diagnostic. So
no, it's KIMS.
KIMS.
Yeah, correct.
KIMS is not coming. Kaveri seed is coming. So, okay, let's take this. So you'll have an idea. This should be enough to understand. So you can see here, now Aster is at the lowest. Fortis, then Narayan Hrudayalaya, then Apollo Hospital, and then KMC. Now you do the valuation. You see the fundamentals, which is reasonable. Now we want to stick to top two. So KMC and Apollo. Now in these two, you decide. Okay. Now if you feel that there are some expansion going on, now how I'll see is, if I see there is a major expansion announced by Fortis, and I feel they will be able to execute. Okay. And valuations are reasonable. I'll go with Fortis. Okay, because Apollo Hospital already we have entered at a lower level at 1800 rupees, correct? So I will not like to add more, correct? So maybe if there is an expansion going on with Fortis and I feel they will execute properly and margins will remain stable, I'll go with Fortis like that, correct? Like that. Because now add-on is now it is very good management and all Fortis, correct? So that will help in terms of execution. Apollo will become more of a IT play, basically with database and all, coming with their mobile apps and all for online. This one, same thing Fortis can also do, but Apollo being the largest in Asia, okay, largest network hospital in Asia, that will be an add-on actually. But already valuations are high and we would not like to add more. Maybe Fortis, if there is an expansion or anything, you can try like that. Correct. No? Like that. So this is, I'm just giving an idea. Now, if you increase the time frame, you can see Apollo Hospital is more, again, different time frame like that. Correct. And Apollo was the first to come out from that Corona, this one. So like that. So many things are there. So different time frames you do, you'll get some ideas like that. Now KMC is giving highest actually. Now at these valuations, will you be comfortable at buying KMC? I don't know. Like that. Correct. Like that. So like that.
Yes, sir. Thank
you. No? So these are practical. Any other you want to take? If time allows, we can take like that. Okay. Like that. Okay. So good. So you ask questions like that. So interactive, you will learn all will learn. Okay.
So in this case, the chart you had shown that we saw that KMIS is the is gaining ground. Now, if it falls, suppose like you said, like the Mindtree example you gave, if it falls and it is still relatively outperforming, then you would buy it.
So that's what I'm telling you. This is to identify where you should start looking at. Correct. So once you know, okay, KMC is where, so start going to the fundamentals. Correct. You see where you will be comfortable. If you say I'm comfortable at current level, so now what is the current price? Say current price is KMC. Current price is 55 rupees. Correct. Now you are telling at 55 rupees valuations are reasonable. Okay. Then suppose it comes to 40, you would like to add more. But suppose it breaks 35 also, then you start thinking whether you are right or wrong. Correct. You can see the huge volume side of this base has been created.
If you had seen this chart earlier, where would you have?
I will not buy only, because it's a small penny kind of a stock. What is the market cap? I'll see, and I'll see the management capability and execution. If they have hardly 4 or 5 hospitals, how much they will expand? Correct. So we want to see major expansion. If a country like India, so what I have done is I have added at last as a bonus, I have added one why to invest first, because we are doing all these analysis. Why invest and why India only? Correct. So I'll share some inputs there also, so you'll understand like what kind of opportunities we have at large scale, like that. Correct. So someone opening 50 hospitals and someone opening only 3 or 4 hospitals. Obviously, we would like to go with 50 hospitals where management execution capabilities are already there. Correct. Like that. Hope I answered your question. Correct.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So this I told you. So you will not like to add more to Ultratech, correct? Because this is the lowest performing in your portfolio, correct? So you will not like to add more, correct? So this is what I was trying to tell you. Depending on the risk and reward, you take a call like that. So if you need any support in terms of software, what software you should use, what data vendors you should use, books to refer, any kind of support you feel free to connect to me. Okay. And you can subscribe to our channel also, Profit and the Finance in YouTube. If you go, I'll share the bonus also in coming slide. I'm just telling before we close. I'll share as a bonus some why to invest and why India. So I'm just sharing the channel links and all. So I'll recommend you for latest update, and you want to see the webinars earlier, what we have done on city gas distribution, how we identified Adani Gas and gave 500% return. You can just go to the channel and you can check it. And Telegram also, you can go to Profit Tantra Financial Services. You can search as Profit Tantra Financial Services in Telegram and you can subscribe. Okay. So now, so that was all about relative performance. Anything related to relative performance, you can ask me now. So then I'll go to next slide on why invest, why India, about broader perspective. Just as a bonus, I thought you should know. It will just give you a long-term time frame to understand why we should invest properly and why our time frame should be more like that. So anyone who has any doubt in relative performance, you can ask me. That's it from my side. So I hope I would have given a lot of inputs with real trades and all. So it will help you like that. Anyone has any doubt? Okay. So subscribe to these things I've shared. Now why invest and why India? Okay. So I'll share some data points. So I'll start with this bubble chart. If you see here, see US, the biggest, highest GDP is United States, correct? You can see that GDP, 24% of world GDP is US. And China is 16% of world GDP. India is only 3%. Now, if you see the population, when you compare at this portion, if you compare the population of US is 1/4 of India, GDP is 7x. China almost same population compared to us, but 16% of world GDP. Now, if you compare with China also, we are almost 1/5 of China, correct? So imagine the kind of opportunity we have here to grow in a country like India. China, where there are so many regulations. India, we don't have so many regulations and more of an open economy. The kind of money which will flow to India next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So if you don't invest for long term and you're looking for short-term trends and short-term profit booking, you lose out on a big picture. Okay. So I'll recommend. So what I'll request all of you to have a broader time frame. Okay. I request all to mute it. Okay, so that others not there. Please mute your audio. Request all of you to mute, please. So you understand, if you look for short-term gains and you book profits 100%, 150% return, where there is a scope for another 100, 200% return, don't just book profits just because there is a return. Okay, hold for long term. There's a huge money to be made. Okay, in Indian markets like that. Even if we double from 3 to 6, imagine 6 to 9, and we'll go there. Who knows? Next 15, 20 years, we may go to 10, 15 trillion also. We may cross China also in future. We don't know. Correct. So just because of the population and demography and the kind of and now IT, that is where the next it is we are going. And India is the largest exporter. You know what TCS, Infosys, and all, and they're going into big giants all over the world. So don't underestimate the power of India. Okay. So focus on long term. Just to give you an idea, car sales is India. You can see December 2009. I have taken before Corona period. So just to give you an idea. Okay. India, December 2019, and the whole year is 36 lakhs cars, 2019. China, 2.5 crore vehicles have been sold in China, 2019. Can you believe that? You see the difference. Huge difference. And don't think it cannot come. This growth can come in India also. Where are we? We are not even 1/6 or 1/7 also. 2.5 crores vehicles sold in China. India only 36 lakh vehicles sold. Imagine the kind of growth which can come in auto sector. Mercedes, China, they are selling 7,74,000 Mercedes, 2020. China record sales in 2020 in the time of Corona. India 7,800. 98x they have sold Mercedes-Benz. Why they will focus on India, Mercedes? Such a small market for them. For China, 7,74,000. Can you believe that? And this is high-end car, correct? High-end car which is sold in China, 7,74,000. India, only 7,000. This kind of growth, future, even if you get 50% or 30% also, you imagine the kind of growth will come in auto sector. And if you're able to find such good stocks in auto and then auto ancillary, what else you want? Electricity generation, 5 times in China. That is how you can see, understand what is happening in manufacturing. That is where they are using, correct, electricity. Now India is also focusing on manufacturing. The kind of growth will come into manufacturing, imagine. With so many new incentives and all. So chemical sales, China is 16x. Even if you get 20%, 30% of China's portion, imagine the kind of growth will, people are telling chemical is over. But you imagine the growth which can come. Because all these major suppliers, they don't enter contract for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. They will enter for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. They'll enter the contract because they want continuous supply of raw material, correct? And India, lowest labor cost, correct? One of the lowest labor costs. If you see books, generally it will be around 6 to 8%. US and all, if you see, it will be around 20, in the range of 20 to 25%. What else you want? Technology you can make, but labor cost you cannot replicate, correct? So the kind of growth which will come to chemical sector. Okay. So don't book profit just you have 100 to 100% return like that. Okay. So these are some inputs which I wanted to share with all of you like that. And then you can see some more also. This is what I felt is most important to be shared with all of you. So like that. So don't write off India like in just few some small returns. Hold it for long term and you'll make very good returns in long term like that. Okay. So that's it from my side. Thank you very much, all of you, for attending the session and taking your valuable time. For half an hour, but yes, we overshoot by half an hour. But yes, the good inputs and good questions asked by all of you. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Sir, Govind, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, can you tell me the difference between China and India steel producing also?
So metal, see, metal is cyclical. So I generally try to stay away from cyclicals. Okay. So generally, if you say, maybe. So metals, if you see, earlier we have recommended like Godavari Power and all, but then we thought we should get we recommended around 317 Godavari Power. If you see the price currently, Godavari Power, now it is almost 1100 rupees. Went to almost 2000, 5-6x. But we don't want to be in this. You can see how it is suddenly it is falling. See, now gap down started lower circuit like that. So we don't want to be in cyclicals like that. So try to avoid cyclicals, because what will happen if we don't have the edge or we don't know how it will work, then it is very difficult like that to follow.
Yeah.
Like that. Yes. So
actually now I am some articles I am reading about Tata Steel. They are focusing by acquisition of other companies like who are producing steel. So when I read this one, steel producing a major contribution from China only. So last 1 year there is some regulation. They stopped to import to India.
Okay.
We are only importing from China, some people. But now only India having a good opportunity to grow in steel industry.
Okay.
So it is the right time to increase number of shares in steel industry.
So Tata Steel now, see if you see, now what happens is, now if you see Tata Steel, okay. So I'll just give you some input basically. So if you see Tata Steel. This is around 1300 rupees, correct? Now, one thing is, if you would have got at some base, some kind of a base in the chart, okay, So what happens is your risk reward is in your favor, correct? Now at these levels, if you enter, what you have to do is you have to do such an in-depth research and analysis that suppose the cycle turns down, then what is the best case scenario for you, correct? So will these prices will hold, or will that expansion will make sense like that? I'll recommend to check my webinar on city gas distribution, last slide, where I have spoken about visualization, where suppose the things turns against you, whether how the consumption will take place, whether the company will be there in place, whether execution will be there or not, like that. So if you want, I can just again share with you where I have shared. 1 second, I'll see if I can get that last slide. So analyze, like use that model to understand how it will work actually. So here what we have done is you use visualization. Okay. You see whether, so for here we have taken for city gas distribution, once the award is given, execution has to be done in timeline. Imagine if market falls, start thinking different scenarios. Will the company stop the execution? So they have laid the pipeline. So once the city gas distribution companies, suppose suppose market will fall, so stock market is falling, will the company will stop the execution? Answer is no. Will they be showing the slowdown in the demand? No, because they have laid the pipeline, they have given the connection, we'll start using the supply, correct? Correct. No, if stock price will come down, yes, stock price will come down. If stock price will become attractive, yes, correct. So would you like to add more? Yes, you would like to add more. So now what you will do is, if prices are very high, what you do, and you have very high conviction, what you do is you start adding slowly, correct? You don't go full on, correct? Like that, because you know when market will fall, you may get at a lower level, correct?
Yes.
So will fall in stock market lead to increase in cost of raw material? So for city gas distribution, that is decided by government every 6 months for certain sectors. So no, raw material cost will not go up. Okay, economy will slow down, demand will come down. So suppose now one is slowing down, market is coming down, other is slowing down of the economy. So if economy will slow down, will people will stop using gas? Yes, maybe in industrial and CNG it may slow down. But in PNG, impact may not be much, because household and all will not stop using and eating gas and all, correct? Like that. So this time frame, frame, if you use this model of thinking, or this visualization technique, if you use, you will get so many answers about when you start buying the stock, like that, when you're entering the stock, like that.
Yes, sir.
And if you see the whole presentation, you will get so many ideas, like that.
Sir.
So I have taken some examples also, like some risk. What are the risks? Are divided into different what you call that, columns, like end user, who is remarks, risk, what is the risk, and what is the remarks. So vehicle, you are using CNG, risk is electric vehicle. If it comes, there is a risk to CNG. Household PNG is there, not much risk, because only if prices will shoot up, people will go to some other thing, correct? Industrial and commercial PNG is there. Alternative sources, if it becomes cheaper, then there is a risk, correct? So like this, if you use a model that what is the risk against that particular product, or there can be an alternative, it will help you, like that. Then business model I have used in terms of pricing. So there are different models, correct? Different components of the business. So one is in terms of pricing, one is in terms of end user, one is in terms of your stock price and usage, like that. So all these 3-4 points I have used for businesses, which will have effect, like that. And then one summary. First you start with summary. After successful bidding, what will happen? Then build infrastructure, then what will happen? Then what will happen? Like that. And then you take one point and you start analyzing the risk, like that. So this will help you, like that, to understand.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes,
yeah. So anyone has any other doubt? Okay, so I'll thank you so much. So I'll recommend all of you to please subscribe to my channel and share our comments. Subscribe to Profit Tantra and Telegram channel also for latest updates. And thank you very much for taking out your valuable time. I hope I have done justice to your time. Okay, and take care, and hope all of you are keeping safe. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Neeraj.
Thank you. Thank you, Rupali. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. It was a great session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Parth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Neeraj. Very good session.
Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you so much.
As usual, a lot of information that you give us.
Yes.
Looking forward for more sessions from your end.
Yes, I'll keep doing. Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you.